Today, let's learn about Jane Goodall. Jane was born in April 3rd, 1934 in London. She loved animals a lot. She watched chicken for 5 hours to watch chicken laying eggs and tried to sleep with women. Jane's mother's name is Vane. She will be an important woman in later. Her father, Mortimer, was an engineer and race car driver. Her sister Judy was born on the same date as Jane. In 1939, World War II occurred. They moved to France. Father joined the army and fought Nazis. They moved again to Grandma's house in Bournemouth. Jane loved to play with a dog named Rusty living with a neighbor. She made a nature club and learned about animals and read books about them. Jane graduated high school but didn't go to college. She didn't have enough money. She worked in a company making a documentary film and as a waitress in the restaurant. In 1956, her friend Chloe called her and invited her to Kenya, visit Kenya, and during going to Chloe's house, she could watch wild animals. It was shocking. At a party, she met a scientist named Louis Leakey. Jane joined him and worked as a secretary at the museum. Later, they went to the desert-like city called Old Dubai Gorge and dug for fossils, but almost failed. While searching for fossils, she watched the tons of wild animals like rhinos and gazelles. She called their wild, untouched Africa. One day, Jane heard about chimpanzees from Louis, the most similar animal to humans. She went to find chimpanzees. It was a very wild area. No tourists, no camera, no YouTube, no fence. What? No YouTube? God dang it! I'm not going there. They lived in the tent. Vane came together, opened a little clinic and take care of members and local families. Jane went out exploring. She kept looking for chimps and she found them. The problem was she couldn't go close to them. Vane went back to England. She learned that they are similar to us. Mothers taking babies play tug of war.
Check.
After learning about chimps, she put the name to them. One chimp named David Greybeard was a very kind one. She accepted Jane and became a friend. Jane got closer with other chimps. People came to take a picture for the news. Jane was concerned that chimps were afraid of people. The cameraman's name was Hugo Van Lawick. He was very interested in chimpanzees too. Chimps didn't mind Hugo come closer. Louis wanted Jane to go to college to get degrees and become an expert to research easily, so he sent Jane to Cambridge University in England. She graduated and became a Dr. Jane. They made an article in National Geographic and many students came to learn about animals. Jane and Hugo were very close friends. Later, they married and clay model of David Greybeard was on the top of the wedding cake. This means in 1967, they had a son. They called him Globe. She got many tips from chimps, but they moved farther for the Globe's help. Jane and Hugo wrote a book too. Their book, In the Shadow of Man, became a bestseller, and Jane became a superstar. Hugo couldn't stand her fame, so they divorced. While living with chimps, she saw a dark side of them. Some of mother ignored babies. She even saw the war between chimps. They split into two groups and fought for 3 years. She started a campaign and called Take Care to Plant. The purpose of this campaign was to plant trees to restore the destroyed areas. She went around and made a speech over the war. Many people was moved and joined the campaign.
Well, she's alive now. Thank you, Jane.